Did the Confluence Pumpkinfest 5K today. Finished first overall between 18:15 and 18:20. Don't know what the official time was. I forgot to stop my watch when I crossed, and they didn't post the official times yet, so I'll know that in a day or two, but it was somewhere in that range. It was a chilly morning, 42 degrees when I parked my car. It's only 50 now, between 48 and 50 depending on where I'm at driving. It really didn't get any warmer before we started the race a couple hours ago. But I've done it 3 or 4 times now. Always finished second or third, never won it. So I wanted another shot at trying to crack the top spot, and so I'm glad I came today and won. A couple of the guys that won it the last couple years weren't there, which kind of sucks because they're faster than me and I wanted the competition. But it was also nice to have some new competition that was there today. Some younger guys came and really pushed me hard. So that was exciting. So yeah, my game plan was to go for placement, finish no worse than top 3, take top spot if the opportunity presented itself to me. And I was just going to play it smart to see what I can do and stay within my ability and not burn myself up early on trying to get caught up with people. That's what I did. Actually started the race like in the 3rd row. Like the first 2 rows had some of the we'll just call them youth. They were younger people than me in the first 2 rows. So I figured if I started back, it would keep me from jetting out the gate, redlining early. So if I stayed behind them, then I could just relax a little bit and then work my magic later on. So that's what I did, and it seemed to work. Kept me from burning up the whole race, which I'm thankful I didn't do. So as we started, there's like a 50-foot slight decline before we hit this bridge. The bridge was really bouncy today. Felt like I was just like catapulting me forward as we went across it. I was just like, oh, this is really springy. So I don't know if the boards are loose or what, but whatever. Not sure if it helped or hurt early on. Then there's like 3 tenths or 4 tenths through town before we hit this other bridge. And I moved up in like 3rd place by the time we hit the 2nd bridge. I was drafting off of a couple younger guys as I was moving up. You know, just trying to stay within myself a little bit and use less energy, and it seemed to work. So by the time we hit the end of the 2nd bridge, I was no worse than 3rd. I think I was 2nd, but whatever. That's maybe about a half mile into the race, like 0.55. I think I was 2nd. Either way, whatever. So then the next like 2.5 miles are out on this back country road. There's a couple hills. There are a little bit of leg burners, and they do catch you off guard because you really can't tell they're real, because they're not steep, but the incline that they have, it's just in that leg burning slight momentum killer type genre. So there's that. But I was drafting off the kid who finished 2nd. That was my plan. I was just going to draft off of him to the way out because there was a really strong headwind today. Probably 20-30 mile winds. Like, it was strong. It probably cost me easily 15 to 25 seconds of time today, which is pretty significant. Like, because I could actually feel it, like, pushing me back when I was in the lead. So I was drafting off him so he could break the wind for me, save me some energy and time as well later on. We got to the first hill, I overtook him because the way my legs felt, if I would have stayed behind him and drafted, I would have had to switch up my stride and pace, and slow down a little bit, and I didn't want to do that. So I got around him, and then we hit a flat spot. He passed me again, so then I just stayed behind him, like right on his ass, drafting him to the turnaround. This is what kind of sucks, is he missed the turn by like 5-10 yards. There was a fire truck there at the end, but the turnaround was, again, we'll say like 10 yards before that. And I was looking at my watch. I knew it was coming up, and I saw the orange paint that they were using across the road ahead of me. So I knew it was there and not at the fire truck. And I was waiting for him to turn, or like change his body that he was going to make a turn, and he wasn't. And I got to that orange spot, and he's still going, and I start yelling at him like, hey, 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 as I'm making the turn. So he lost that like 5-10 yards of spacing and time by missing that little turnaround on the road, because it was just painted on the road. It wasn't a cone or nothing, so if you weren't really paying attention, you would easily go past it or think it was down by the fire truck, which is the norm for races. So not really his fault per se, but I guess that's just experience. But it sucked. But I did yell at him like as soon as I realized that he wasn't going to make the turn, which was only like a second or two in reality. Past it, so not a big deal. But that gave me the opportunity to get in front of him, and then I just turned it on a little bit right afterwards to get a gap, because I figured if I made a little bit of a gap, then he would have to push harder to catch back up and maybe blow up a little bit. Just trying to be smart about things. So that's why I did that. And then I just like, after I made that gap, pulled back a hair, and then just ran the rest of the race at a comfortable pace. But I kept looking back a few times to make sure he wasn't creeping up. But the gap pretty much stayed relative the rest of the race. But I did, like, having pulled back some, I did leave a bunch in the tank just for that, just I don't know what you want to call it. If I needed to use it, like the necessity of having to use it, I had it. And then I just, ran the rest of the way in. Because right after the turn, there's a nice hill. It's not like steep hill. It's just the way it's inclined. It's just enough. It's gonna burn your legs, and as long as it is, it makes most people like teeter on that edge of your legs starting to burn. And that's why I turned it on right there to make the gap. Since I took him on that first hill, I figured do it here. So that's what I did that. I know I wore a long sleeve shirt today. I actually rolled the sleeves up on the second half of the race because I was just getting too hot. I wore my compression shorts over top, calf sleeves, and a normal hat. Thought about gloves and a neck gaiter, but I didn't wear them during the race. But I did bring some to wear. Other than that, just had a bunch of people cheer for me on the way back as I was passing them going out. And then, yeah, when I hit that first bridge on the way back, and I saw I still had like a 10-second, 15-second gap at that time, I knew it was pretty much my race. But until then, I didn't want to jinx myself or think I had it in the bag, because again, that was just too far to the finish to get a big head or anything. But I don't know. I think I raced it smart today. did a good job. It's kind of upsetting the kid missed the turn, because I would have liked to have that battle on the way back just to see us pushing one another's. You know, just having that like race experience in general. I still was a little bit confident that I could have taken it, because I wasn't going full on out at all yet. But you never know. There was a few vehicles on the road that were going pretty fast, because I guess it's not really a closed course. They just like caution people, because there had to be 3 or 4 coming from like the fire truck way, and then there's another 3 or 4 that were coming from the opposite way. And I'm just like, dude, either stop traffic or tell people there's a race. Like, these people need to like not be doing like 50 miles an hour on this back road. It was like a back road with no yellow lines, so that's what tells you what kind of back road it is. I'm just like, somebody's gonna get hurt the way some of these people are flying, even like the FedEx guy. But whatever. But I'm glad I went. The trophy was really huge this year. It was like 18 inches in the 24-inch range, so it was like very towering. I got this monkey off my back and finally won this race, so I'm glad that happened. I don't know. Then I got a bunch of food. As I said, I got these big ass thing of pulled pork fries, but I dropped the damn fork somewhere because I was coming to my vehicle. I got a bunch of stuff from the pie shop, some other food lady. I probably spent like $40 of food after the race. Good time, good atmosphere, good people. So if you get a chance, check out the race. It's always like for the Pumpkinfest, whatever they have at Confluence, the first weekend or second weekend of October on Sunday. So other than that, I guess that's about it for today. So, yes.